pessoal, tudo bom? Então, agora vocês vão ver algumas imagens da minha escola que eu queria mostrar pra vocês, já que é a minha última semana, hoje foi meu último dia de aula. Então eu queria mostrar pra vocês um pouquinho da minha escola por dentro. E aí eu conversei um pouquinho com o David, que ele trabalha na escola, ele que ajuda a gente com visto, com parte de banco e tal. Então, fiz umas perguntinhas pra ele só pra vocês conhecerem e escutarem um pouquinho de inglês. E aí, agora eu tô aqui na frente da escola, do outro lado do rio. E eu vou fazer as últimas imagens da escola e vou colocar aqui junto. Então, espero muito que vocês gostem. E não se esqueçam de comentar aqui o que vocês acharam. E também de se inscrever no canal, tá bom? Beijinho! How important do you think an English school abroad is, you know?
For example, Brazilians?
Yeah, for Brazilians mainly. Most people study in Brazil for like 2 hours a week.
Yes.
And they don't learn. Sometimes it takes 7 or 9 years to learn.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of time and a lot of money. And if you just come to another country, it's just quicker.
Okay.
That's it.
So, I think one of the main advantages of coming to Ireland as a location to learn English would be that you immerse yourself in the English language. Now, not only are you in an English-speaking country and potentially living with an English-speaking family, if you visit a host family, but you're also surrounded by people you work with who speak English every day. The students that are in your class would be from various different nationalities, and the only common language you have to communicate with them would be English. Mm-hmm. So the result, I think, for a lot of our students is that they learn a culture, they learn a language, they make a lot of friends, because in a very tight environment, it's very intense, people are out of their depth in a country that they're not familiar with. You develop pretty strong friendships with people quickly, and that's one of the things that we notice with a lot of our students, that they become members of groups, like a family. They slowly progress and they learn English and they become better at the language, but they also learn a culture and they learn a way of life. And it's definitely an experience that they wouldn't get at home because it's impossible. Yeah.
And do you think Galway is the best city to study in Ireland?
Personally, I've lived in Limerick, I've lived in Cork, I've lived in Dublin, and I've lived in Galway. But for me, Galway is the best city to live in, whether you're a student or not. Okay. And I've been a student here, I've been a student in other cities. For me, this city is the best.
You mean because of the size of the city, or because it has everything and culture and...
For the size of it, for sure, it's quite a small city. You're talking 75 to 80,000 people, but it's very vibrant, it's very energetic. We have a lot of students here, third level students, university students, a lot of language students. It's a big destination for tourists as well, so there's a multicultural element to Galway that you don't find in places like Limerick or Cork. And for me, Dublin, as a capital city, can be a little bit too big and you find yourself being anonymous. But in some place like Galway, it's so easy to meet people, you know, on a daily basis. The city isn't too big to travel around. You've got the countryside close by, you've got the seaside close by, and you've got a good city. Yeah, for me, it's a great combination.
Okay, the last one. Do you think that for somebody that's the basic level of English, do you think it's better just general English until it's advanced, or maybe PET or FC and then
It
C?
depends on the learner, in my opinion. But if you're starting, definitely general English is the way to go. But some students find that without a goal, they find it more difficult to learn. And in this case, maybe changing from general English to an exam class will give you a focus, and it also gives you a recognised qualification for your English level. But if you're in the early stages, you can do PET. As you get to intermediate, upper intermediate, FC is an option, and the Cambridge Advanced for the end, obviously. But some students don't need this, some students do. Some students require these certificates for jobs, some don't. So it really does depend on the learner what they want to achieve. But we would always recommend general English initially to get your base level of English.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's it. Thank you, David.
Okay,
That's
no
it.
problem.
Yeah, I did some images of the school, and then I will just finish. But that's it.
Great.
I will put everything together.
You get a little.